What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here, welcome back to the channel. Guys, I'm still reeling from what happened last night at Elimination Chamber in Montreal. The pure chaos of that main event, absolutely insane. But I will be talking about that even more in tomorrow's episode of WWE's Biggest Issue. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. But for now, we are going to be switching to the Yu-Gi-Oh side of things, because I'm going to be talking about one of the brand new archetypes that would be coming out of the next deck build set, known as Wild Survivors. And the first archetype, Transcendrake, which is basically a dino based archetype, if you will, which is going to be interesting. But also, I am also going to be talking about the last batch of reprints that will be in the Rarity Collection Quarter Century Edition. So before we get into that, I never thought I would be filming at 7 in the morning. It's kind of crazy, but with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this video and you guys want to see more videos like this in the future, which get posted every Tuesday and sometimes on weekends, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, turn on the notification bell, follow me on all of my social media. Links will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. So the reprints that are in the Rarity Collection Quarter Century Edition are basically as follows. Kicking things off, we actually have some Fallen of Albaz cards, which include obviously the man himself, Fallen of Albaz, Iris Sword Soul, Nadir Servant, which nobody runs that card anymore, which is kind of odd, but it's still a pretty good card actually. Dogmatic Punishment, which is still one of the most broken cards in the format. Tri-Brigade Revolt as well, and that's all the Albaz reprints. You also have cards such as Pot of Prosperity, which it's an okay card. In my opinion, it's kind of a neg. You're basically negging. I know, maybe I shouldn't have said it that way. I apologize, guys. I apologize. Basically, you're losing tempo. You're losing tempo. You're losing card advantage, and you also are potentially losing board advantage over your opponent. So it's kind of a dud. Max C is also a reprint, which, to be fair, for us, it's banned. I don't know if it'll ever come off the ban list. But I know that in the OCG they have it, I believe, at 1, if I remember correctly. Then you got Triple Tactics Talent as well, Forbidden Droplet as well, and last but not least, the last reprint is Dogmatica Ecclesia the Virtuous. Now, to be fair, Dogmatica Ecclesia is actually one of the more broken cards of the entire Dogmatica line. Just because of the fact that it's more of a combo starter rather than a combo extender, which is pretty cool. But those are all of the reprints that are going to be that. But anyway, that's the last batch of reprints. I might do like an in-depth review of the set at some point. I don't know if it'll be this week or what, but I will be talking about the set just to give you guys my thoughts on it anyway. But with that being said, let's get straight into the archetype known as the Transcendrakes. Now apparently according to the pack artwork, according to what it says here, it says that the underlying gimmick of the Transcendrake theme is that they're leaning on the fact some kanji I can't read it, unfortunately, can be used in Dragon when not in katakana, I believe is how it's pronounced. Dino, Sea Serpent, or Worm, which is why Zeno Meteoros, I believe. Their core monster calls for those monster types. Dinos dinosaur in Japanese means literally terror dragon. That's actually funny. That's actually pretty funny. First up, we have Xenometeoros, which is basically the King Rex, basically the T-Rex, I guess you could say, which is a 6-star fire dinosaur tuner. Funny, how a tuner, really? 2,000 attack, 200 defense, and both of its effects are once per turn. The first effect reads: if a card or cards is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. So obviously, you guys know, if there's ever going to be a card in a archetype where it has a Cyber Dragon effect, you know damn well it's gonna be a nasty archetype. This one will be no different. The second effect reads: during your main phase, you can activate this effect. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except Dragon, Dino, Sea Serpent, and Worm monsters. Also destroy one dino you control or in your hand. Then special summon a Dino normal monster from your hand or deck. Okay, so a vanilla. What would be a good vanilla to summon? What, maybe two-headed King Rex, Cabazols, Sabersaurus as well would be another one. Actually, that might not be so bad. It's a possibility we could see those cards come back into the format after all these years, because I know that there were quite a few Dino decks from back in the day that would actually run those cards. So it's a possibility that this card can just summon out those monsters from the hand or deck, which is pretty cool. So what's cool about this is that this basically gives you this can instantly just give you a synchro. So this right here, this is a 1-card bet on. Crazy enough, this is a 1-card bet on because of the fact that bet on is a 10-star. Meteoros is a 6-star. If you normal summon a 4-star vanilla, that's instantly bet on turn 1. It's basically bet on turn 1, which is or I guess not turn 1, but more like later on, more like turn 4 maybe. Turn 4. This is a 1-card bet on, but it all just depends on who goes first and who goes second, if that makes sense, which is pretty crazy. And speaking of T-Rexes, we have the other T-Rex, which is known as Transcendrake Meteoros, which is a 12-star fire dino with a special summon effect with 3,500 attack, 700 defense, and it says that it cannot be normal summoned or set, must be special, and it must be special summoned by a card effect. And you can only use the first, and all 3 of its effects are once per turn. The first effect reads: during your opponent's turn as a quick effect, you can destroy 2 other dinos you control and or in your hand. Special summon this card from your hand. Again, it's another Cyber Dragon, which is gonna be insane. Second effect reads: if this card is special summoned, you can send 1 dino from your deck to the graveyard. Okay, so this basically just gives you access to go to mill your 4-star vanillas, and then just instantly go into Xenometeoros right off the bat. Activate Monster Reborn, resummon that 4-star vanilla, boom, and you instantly have bet on board, which is pretty nuts. The second effect reads: if this card is special summon, you can send a dino from your deck to your grave. So okay, so that's basically the Fool's Burial effect, which is pretty cool. The third effect reads: if this card is destroyed, you can shuffle 1 normal monster from your grave into the deck, then special summon this card. I mean, to be fair, you have a Fool's Burial effect in in this card. But what's also cool about this is that you can also go into a rank 12 if you have one at your disposal. That could be nasty. That could be very nasty. Next up, we have Transcendrake, Giantazowler, I believe is how it's pronounced. Which is a 12-star Earth Dino Fusion, 3,800 attack, 2,000 defense, and requires a Dino plus a normal monster. Yeah, so guys, definitely. So guys, cards like Cabazols, Sabersaurus, Two-Headed King Rex potentially are gonna definitely be cards that you're definitely gonna want to use in this deck, just because of the fact that they're all vanillas, and they all have and they can be extremely broken with this deck. It's gonna be nasty. This is gonna be a nasty deck. I don't know if we're gonna see the deck become meta. I think this might be the archetype out of all the 3 archetypes in this set. This might just be the one that will completely take over the meta in 2023, hands down. But let's see here. Both of its effects are once per turn. The first effect reads: if this card is special summoned, you can target a Dino in your grave, add it to your hand. Then, if this card was special summoned from the grave, you can destroy a card you control or in your hand, and a card your opponent controls. So with that part of the effect, it's basically a 1-for-1 where you can send a card from your hand to your graveyard to destroy any card that your opponent may have, which can easily break boards. But it all depends on which card you destroy, because the card you destroy could either keep their board intact, or it can destroy it altogether, which is pretty insane. The second effect reads: if this card is destroyed, you can shuffle 1 normal monster from your grave into the deck, special summon this card. So this is basically I get it. So this is an endless loop. That's actually pretty cool. It's a loop where if this card were to be destroyed, and as long as you have monsters in your hand, you can just keep breaking boards like that, which is pretty cool. There's a note underneath that says this card is based on Mega Zowler. Oh, I remember that card. That was from wasn't that one of the tournament pack promos from back in the day? I don't know. I'll have to look into that later. But next up we have Transcendrake Glaciasaurus, which is a 12-star Water Dino Synchro, 3,600 attack, 2,700 defense, and requires a tuner and one or more non-tuners. The third effect is a once per turn. The first effect reads that this card cannot be destroyed by battle. The second effect reads: your opponent cannot target your dinos special summon from the graveyard with card effects, and they cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Double protection, that's pretty nasty. Third effect reads: if this card is destroyed, you can shuffle a normal monster from your grave into the deck, and then special summon this card. Oh my god. It can protect itself from battle. It can protect your other dinos from being targeted and destroyed by card effects. And it has a Monster Reborn effect? Come on, guys. Really? This is definitely going to be the next meta format in Yu-Gi-Oh! No shot. No cap. This is going to be the... Oh my god. I might have to try this deck out, honestly. I might have to try this deck out. But, there's a note. The note underneath this says that the card is based off of Frostosaurus. That's pretty cool. Next up we have Transcendrake Drillnathus, I believe is how it's pronounced. Which is a rank 6 Wind Dino Xyz, with 3,000 attack, 2,300 defense, and requires two level 6 monsters. the first and third effects are once per turn. The first effect reads: you can detach one material from this card, then target one of your banished dino monsters, special summon it. So it's basically a DDR where you can take any monster that's banished, summon it. Plain and simple. That's pretty cool. Second effect reads if this card with no material battles another monster, any battle damage inflicts to your opponent is doubled. Ooh, that's actually pretty nasty. That is pretty fucking nasty. So as long as you're able to detach both materials off of this card, once you do, there's nothing your opponent can do. As if they don't have an out to the second effect of this card, then it's essentially GG. This is basically your one game changer for the whole deck, which is pretty cool. Third effect reads: if this card is destroyed, you can shuffle one normal monster from your grave into the deck, then special summon this card. So I believe the fusion, the synchro, and the exceeds have a monster reborn effect, where though with the fusion you can pop cards on your opponent's field. The synchro the synchro can basically protect itself from battle, and neither of your dinos can be destroyed or targeted by card effects. And this card and this card, the exceeds, can basically just deal double damage during the battle phase, and all three have a monster reborn effect, which is pretty insane. There's a note underneath the exceeds that says this card is based on Lancephorhynchus. I believe that was Predator. I think that's the Predator Planet. Is that the Predator Planet? I think that might be the Predator Planet monster. I think I don't know. And then last up of the new cards. This is the last one. I don't know if we're gonna see any new cards at some point this year. We will find out. Over time. But I'm very excited to see how this deck plays in the meta. But for the spell, there's only one spell, and that's all the new cards. We have Ground Xeno, which is basically similar to the term Ground Zero, funny enough, which is a normal spell, and both of its effects are once per turn, which the first effect reads: add one Dino Tuner and a Dino normal monster from your deck to your hand, then destroy a card in your hand. So this basically comes as a 2-for-2, where you're basically where you get to rota out a tuner and a non-tuner to your hand from the deck. Then you have to destroy a card in your hand plus this card. Plain and simple. That's actually pretty crazy. But that's not the only crazy part. Get this. The second effect. You can banish this card from your grave, fusion summon a Dino Fusion from your action deck using a monster from your hand or field as the material. It's a Rota polymerization for the whole deck. Do I even have to say anything else? I don't think so. I don't think I need to say anything else about this archetype. Except, holy shit. That's a nasty deck. That right there has the makings of one of the nastiest decks I've ever seen in years. And the last time we saw a nasty deck that wasn't a Shizu tier was Zodiac. And Zoo was one of the nastiest decks in the format when it was released in Maximum Crisis. So that's gonna be this will be interesting to say the very least. For the reprints that will be in the set to go with the Transcendrakes, we got Frostosaurus, Miscellaneousaurus, Soul Eating Oviraptor, Baby Ceratosaurus, Petit Pteranodon, I believe is how it's pronounced, and Evilzor Solda, which I don't think I've never seen that card before. Give me a second, guys. Let me look up that card. I've never, in my entire career, as a content creator, as a Yu-Gi tuber, I've never seen anything like that before. Give me a second. Solda. Okay, so I've seen Dolka and Logia, but I've never seen Solda before. So okay, so Dolka can basically negate any monster effect. Logia can negate and destroy any monster that would be normal, special summoned, or whenever a spell or trap is activated. What would this card do? Solda, let's see here. Rank 6, Fire Dragon, 2600 attack, 1000 defense, 2 level 6 dinos. This card cannot be destroyed by card effects while it has material. When your opponent special summons a monster, detach a material from his card, destroy that monster. Okay. Okay, so they all work hand in hand. Oh. So if you have all 3 of these guys on board, you've got the makings of a nasty board. That's gonna oof. Guys, I got a feeling that that the Transcendrakes is gonna be a nasty one. But that brings me to the question of the day, which is this: what reprints do you guys want to see get printed in Wild Survivors? Let me know down in the comments below, and that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want to see more videos like this in the future, which get posted every Tuesday and sometimes on weekends, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, follow me on all of my social media. Links will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.